very much for coming to see us. It's been a tough afternoon for you to see so many presentations. I'm hoping that I can bring it home with a smile for you. My name is Rick Waite. I'm the Director of Global Brand and Marketing for M2CASH, and today I'm going to talk to you about the future of global money transfer. It's about to start here, and I'm going to take you on a ride with me. Let's quickly talk about the market. $500 billion. It's probably another 250 on top of that that's not reported, but we won't dwell on that this afternoon. That's another opportunity that I'll save for later. 2 billion transaction, an average of $300 per transaction. And you can see the market split there. Banks have only got 25% of this market, and there's a very, very fragmented group of players that represent the balance of the market. Let's talk about the problem. It's been a bricks and mortar business, understandably. That's where its foundations were, no pun intended. But what's happening now is the mobile customer is not embracing this, and I question whether the industry has actually evolved and innovated as much as they need to be ready for what's going on with this mobile workforce. There's expensive overheads, there's traditional transfer methods of real-time gross transfer, labour-intensive processes which are costly and also have fraud issues attached to them. And the customer experience, no one talks about the customer experience, but right now the customer experience is slow, it's expensive, and it's inconvenient. It's inconvenient in terms of how they collect, where they collect, how much they pay to send, and how much they pay to collect as well. The opportunity, if we get it right, let's narrow in just slightly and talk about the foreign worker remittance market. 200 million foreign workers send $351 billion every year. By 2015, they anticipate the global working population that are mobile will be 1.3 billion, which is nearly 38% of the entire global workforce. Those people need to send money, they need to transact, they need to connect with their families. The cost of the financial industry, in particular banks right now, is over $25 billion in terms of what they are missing out on because they are not being embraced by the foreign worker because they don't have the products and services for them. As I said also, there's a generational shift for people who have not been prepared to embrace the banks. Why? It's because the banks actually haven't innovated. They haven't provided the services. And as a result, the foreign remittance worker goes to an alternative solution. Let's talk about the alternative solution. This is today's money transfer solution. Lucky Plaza last Sunday. Queues, hours long, and what do people do? They pick up this form. This is today's money transfer solution. Okay? No AFSL license on there, no understanding of who the receiver is on the other end, no identification of them. Let me introduce you to tomorrow's money transfer solution, M2CASH, which stands for Mobile to Cash, a global money transfer solution using virtual card technology, which sends a debit card virtually to a person across the street or across the world in 60 seconds. The only thing missing is the plastic. Our value proposition for the banks is a bespoke white label solution offering 60 currencies across 100 countries. Of course, banks have their core portfolio of currencies, average between 12 and 18. This is an opportunity to be able to enhance that portfolio on their outsourced model that they use right now. As I said, 60-second send and receive, which is enhanced customer experience for their customers. Compliance, AML, KYC, CTL. Sorry for the acronyms, but it's a quick way to get through all of the hurdles that I'm sure you're all familiar with that are a part of global money transfer when it's done the right way, not when it's done this way. And an opportunity for rates to be up to 30% cheaper than their outsourced models. So why would you go looking for a money transfer service when you can actually have one in your pocket? With M2CASH, you can send and receive money in 60 seconds across the street or across the globe. So let's talk about it. We can send from mobile phones, tablets, online, and of course, importantly, the over-the-counter methods, which is important for the unbanked market. And it can be collected at the other end from an ATM, an FPOS, or an over-the-counter location without a card or a bank account, due to our virtual card technology that brings the unbanked into the banking system, and this is where the $351 billion opportunity comes back into the banks. The M2CASH system connects customers with financial institutions through mobile solutions. And what is the outcome? Speed, security, and it's just a nice byproduct, but a really enhanced customer experience. Very briefly, to talk about our business, right now where we stand, 200,000 outlets ready to go. 18 telcos, 30 banks, many dialogues with a number of governments regarding the way in which we can embrace this technology and launch it in those markets. How are we going to do so? Our business model is very straightforward. We receive a percentage fee of every transaction. We also generate income through integration fees, and our core technology drives multiple other revenue streams, but I won't touch on those today. We're protected by technology and patents, and we have trademarks. We have the best infrastructure team behind us in Wirecard GB Group for identification, and I've got a team with 120 years of global banking, financial services, technology, and marketing experience to bring this to bear. So why should banks care? 25 billion reasons is a good start. It'll be fully automated. It creates efficiencies, 60-second service, which drives and enhances the customer experience. Financial institutions can retain their brand. It can be their brand on the card, and that's the relationship they hold. And importantly, it drives transactions through the global ATM network. $500 billion in transactions goes around the world, and it doesn't go through the ATM network. This is an opportunity to drive revenue back through the ATM networks, which the banks desperately need because they are expensive to run and they are a negative line on the balance sheet. SWIFT, as I said, $351 billion, or more than that in fact, is actually not going through the SWIFT network because it's not actually going through the banks. If we can get this to be channeled through there, we increase compliance, we increase efficiencies, we drive margin for people, we save costs, and SWIFT get to participate in a much larger slice of the pie. So this afternoon, really, it's about an exciting opportunity. We are launching M2CASH at the Cards and Payments Conference here in Singapore tomorrow. We've invested 5 years and $5 million. We need another $5 million to finalise the commercialisation of the product. But today, it's really about your vote, your belief in regards to the evolution of the global money transfer market, and I'd really like you to join the ride.